welcome back to another episode of the Unscripted Banter Podcast. It's episode 20. We have missed a week. We were away last week, and now this week, the Bamford is... One thing I should say at the start is, has he officially announced this new gig that he's on?
No, I don't think he has announced it yet, but I thought there was some sort of contractual issue between you and him.
Right.
So I thought there was some sort of contractual issue that the contract hadn't been renewed and negotiations were underway.
You know, there's a football match on, so we can't do it then. So let's move everything on.
Did you ever hear such crap? And let's be honest, that's crap yesterday. I can't do it because Man United are playing Liverpool. If my life circulated around having to get home to watch Man United play Liverpool, I think things would be bad. And he was determined that he had to be watching Man United. Yeah. And then it turned out, didn't he lose £100 or something on a bet?
Oh, did he?
What a twat.
Hang on, so he's a United man?
I don't... Look, I think, Pistol, and let's be honest, I think he's a bit of a swinger.
Oh, okay. Right.
I think he swings between whoever may be on top form that particular week. I remember years ago talking about that being I don't mean a bit of a swinger, but talking about that, I remember years ago I was given a whole load of do you remember those little scratch football cards you used to get to raise money for like little local teams?
Yep, I do, yeah. And
you sold them for like 50p or something, and you scratched out, you know, you picked a team, and then at the end of the week or something, you scratched out the little silver bit to reveal the team. But these little cards were like, there was like a little sticky thing over the top of them. I remember peeling them all off to find out who the winner was to win the £1.50. Yeah, that's where I started to swing. Yeah, one week I was supporting Wolverhampton Wanderers, X. Yeah. Oh, look, winners Wolverhampton, and the following week was like Norwich City or something. But sure, last week you supported Wolverhampton Wanderers and have changed.
One of my friends, he's in the band actually, the bass player of the band. He supports Wolves because they were sponsored by Doritos.
Oh, right.
That's the reason.
So then, if Doritos move on to the likes of Clacton City, he'll move over to those guys.
Yeah. He follows the sponsor rather than follows the team. Yeah,
that says it all, really.
I gotta be honest, I just don't really... I would maybe watch a big match if it's like a final or if it's like Euros or something, but the everyday football just bores me now.
No, I never did. Never was a big football sports fan. And give me a wee bit of rugby. There's a bit more action in that. At least the guys, when they tackle and stuff, they're not rolling up and down the grass.
Yeah.
You know, in such agony. And then it's a miracle. Within 30 seconds, they're fixed. You know, there was a video on YouTube the other day I watched. It was some multi-million-pound footballer, and somebody pulled his shirt and he was rolling up and down the grass, and they compared it to a Formula One driver hitting a wall at 200 miles an hour, and he gets out of the car and just walks away. You know what I mean? He's not rolling up and down the thing. And the same for motorcycle racing. You see those guys coming off motorcycle racing and they skid along 50 yards on their backs into the gravel. And they get up, dust themselves off, and some of them actually get on the bloody bikes and go on.
That's so true.
They're not squealing for the physio. Yeah. Goodness sake.
And actually, what I like about rugby is, not that I watch it much, but the fact you can hear the referee as well. Isn't the referee mic'd up, I think, on some of the games? Yeah, that's quite interesting.
Did you do rugby at school?
No, no. I did hockey for 2 years.
Hockey?
That was it. Hockey. Wow.
I can't picture you in your little hockey skirt. Your knee-length socks.
The boys' hockey team, obviously, but then
use a ball?
Hard. One of those. No, what ice hockey? Imagine I play with the Belfast Giants. No, it was the hard ball. See when you got a cold day and you were wearing just your shorts, like a cricket ball, but harder. Oh. And see when you get whacked with a hockey ball, there was never a pain like it. I remember getting whacked in the top of the thigh. That's when I just said that.
What position did you play in that?
I was defense.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, I was never a good. I couldn't. My problem was I couldn't dribble with the ball.
Oh, right. I was never picked for any school teams either because Number one, I was either too fat, or number two, I just couldn't care less. I remember, but there was a guy in my class, and he went on to actually play, I think, for Hillsborough Boys back in those days, who were always quite good. And then I think he got selected for like some sort of Manchester United team, junior youth team or something. And he went on, and he did quite well. And then the last I heard about him was he was actually playing professional football in Australia.
Oh.
Now, I don't know what football in Australia is, if it's like American football or rugby or football, soccer.
Yeah.
But yeah, he went. So claim to fame, yeah. He was on the school team at the time, and I usually went off and did my homework while sport was on. Oh, come out and play. No, you're all right. Can't be bothered. Thanks.
But I do think that you can't learn something like that. Okay, you can like train up, but I just think it's either in you or it's not.
How the hell can you learn to play? Like, how could you go and learn to play football?
I know, that's what I mean. Like, how do you, like, and your aim, it's all about your aim, and it's just yourself. Yeah. Like, you can't, I just
you picture the PE teacher comes in, I want you to dribble.
Yeah.
And the only dribbling you're doing is out of your nose on a cold day. Oh,
I also went to golf lessons when I was younger.
Oh, God, my dad was a great golfer. He used to play golf, and he played off something, I think it was 9. And he used to haul me around. It was like he was intent on getting me to play golf. And I remember he bought me a small junior kit of clubs and a driver and a putter and all this sort of malarkey, and hauled me around the golf club. I hated it. You know what worked for me? The walking.
Yeah.
I wanted the cart.
Yeah.
I wanted the wee electric. I would have went if I could have got the wee electric cart and drove around like hell. That would have suited me down to the ground.
Yeah, like from the outside, hitting the ball and walking after the ball, and then hitting the ball further and walk, and then having to walk after it again. It's
Yeah. And then you can't see the bloody thing. Where'd it go?
Yep, I know. I could never hit it straight.
No, where'd that go? Normally into the trees.
You do spend half the time looking because you have to get that ball back.
But he was fanatical. Pistol, he was out. I remember a family holiday to Florida, and he was fanatical about bloody golf. And we had to go into all these golf shops, and he had to, test out in those golf shops in America, you can actually play golf in the shop.
Oh.
Right, you hit the ball, like, I think there was one in Belfast, wasn't there, for a while there? Wasn't
like
there
a screen, like a big screen?
You went down and you played golf or something. I don't know if it's still there or not. But you want to go and you have to. So anyway, he bought this club, right? This big driver thing, and it actually had a name, right? Now, not that he named it,
right?
It was the name of the club, and it was called a Big Bertha.
Okay.
Right, and this Big Bertha, okay, was carried around for like 2 weeks after he bought this thing, and then you want to saw the carry on getting it onto the plane.
Right enough.
You get it back, right? This big thing, Big Bertha, right?
A weapon?
Like an RPG?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like trying to get an RPG onto a plane, or just getting this thing onto the plane. So anyway, we get home and he gets this Big Bertha thing home and goes to the golf club, and all the boys, oh yeah, look at that. Oh, how much was that? It was a couple of $100 back in those days, and blah, 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 blah. And he went out anyway on this Saturday with his Big Bertha, where he went. And he was playing in some sort of competition. And he came back, and I remember him coming into my mum, and the Big Bertha was in 2 bits.
Right.
Right? Yeah. She says, Jackie, what happened to Big Bertha? He says, I couldn't hit a fucking ball, he says, and I broke the bastard.
Yeah.
So it went to the bin after all that.
It actually must be one of the most frustrating sports. I do get that. I get that.
He says, I couldn't hit the fucking ball, he says. Yeah. I think after the 3rd or 4th goal, it went over the knee, and that was the end of the Big Bertha.
Money well spent.
Oh, money well spent. I'm hauling it around bloody Orlando for like 2 weeks. This Big Bertha thing. Or as I say, the best crack getting it onto the flight, for frick's sake.
Like, I have been to the driving range a few times, just as an activity, but it just, again, it's something I don't think you can learn. You either just have it in you or you don't.
But Look, there's a driving range down there, as we well know, on the way down to Radio Downtown on the left-hand side there on the Belfast Road. You go in anyway and you get 15 balls or whatever it is out of the machine. Right. And you just sit there and fire them up the hill.
Yeah.
But apparently that perfects your swing.
Apparently.
And that also depends on what way you do swing.
I wouldn't. When I'm swinging, I wouldn't know what to do.
When you're swinging, Pistol, what happens when you're swinging?
I wouldn't know what club to use.
Oh, right. You know
what I mean? You've got all the different numbers of woods. Then you've got the irons and that. How do you know what one to use?
Well, the sand wedge you use in the bunker.
Yeah, that's an obvious one. Yes,
right.
And the putter you use in the green.
You use the putter on the green. You don't use like a driver in the friggin' bunker.
No, but beyond that, all the 6 wood, the 7 wood.
I see all those bloody bunkers. How inconvenient.
I know. Yeah, same with the trees too.
You think they'd fill them in, wouldn't you? Just hit the thing down the bloody grass.
Yeah. Hey, have you ever drove on that road between? Oh, you obviously have between Portrush and Port Stuart, and the golf course is on the road, is on the side of the road, but there's no fence.
Royal Portrush. That's the big hitters.
But there's no fence. I remember driving down that road one time, and the golf ball was rolling down the road because there's no separation between the road and the course.
And was that being chased by the player?
Not that I've seen, no. I was more concerned of just getting the car out of the way.
There's some great videos, Pistol, especially in America. Maybe the golf ball lands on a tree or something like that. And the bloody golfer, he's up the tree trying to hit it out of the tree, or he's in a pond trying to hit it out of the bloody pond. Because if you lift the ball, apparently you get a penalty.
Yes, you have to, where it lies, you have to take it. Yeah, you have to do the shot.
There's a movie as well, right? And it's Goldfinger. And Sean Connery is on the golf course with Goldfinger, right? And they're playing for this gold bar. And Connery swaps the balls right, in the hole at one stage. And he goes, your man, you play with a Penrith number 1? Oh, yes, or whatever it was. Oh, you've played the wrong ball back in the fairway or something. And all those little things, they take it so seriously. I would just be happy to find any ball. And now in later years, right, they've put little beepers in them. Did you know that?
What do you mean?
So that you go along, if you've lost the bloody ball, you go along with your phone.
Oh, no.
Right, and you find where the bloody ball is, like a tracker.
But that just takes away that's part of the challenge, to find the ball.
No, the whole... Pistol, you've got the whole golf thing wrong. The whole concept is you have to get it in the hole.
Well, I know that, but that's cheating. Surely, if you need to keep an eye on if you don't keep an eye on your ball, that's your problem.
Look,
no,
if you don't keep an eye on your own ball is the main thing. But here's the problem, right? The problem is apparently golf clubs are so bloody busy that all these clowns walking around looking for their balls, right, are holding up all the boys coming along behind because they're all tramping around looking for these balls and can't find them. But you know what? You see, these guys take this so seriously, and even, yourself, there's golfing societies everywhere, and even in the fire service, there was golfing societies, right? And all these guys would all get together on a Saturday or a Sunday, all maybe 20 or 30, and they'd all go and play golf, right? Mm-hmm. And they'd be out there maybe from 6:30 in the morning, tee off at 6:30, and they're still going around trying to find the bloody ball at 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah, that's right. It's an early morning thing. Yeah, I need to be there early. Yeah.
I need to go and get your name down. And I remember my father had to be out there for like 5 in the morning to put your name down.
Yeah. I know.
Well, and my philosophy on that would be either, number one, don't have so many members, right? Yeah. Or increase the size of the bloody course or do something.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was sitting out there from 5:30 and then I'd come home at 9:30 or 10 o'clock going, well, what happened? Oh, I didn't get my name down.
So you just went out.
Yeah.
Came back.
Yeah.
No, it's not for me. I did try it, but it's not for me. Have you heard this week of this news? And I'm only hearing this story for this week for the first time, but it's been going on for 3 months, about the people on the cruise that are stuck in Belfast.
Yes. I actually saw the vessel yesterday. I was down
I've only heard about this week, about they were on, it's a 3-year cruise.
Yeah.
And they've got engine problems. so they're stuck in Belfast now, and they have been for 3 months.
Well, the story goes that this vessel came to Belfast for repairs. Right, it was booked into Harland and Wolff for some sort of repair to the rudder or something, and these people were aware of this, but it was only meant to take like a week or maybe 10 days, and they've been here 3 months.
Yeah.
So they have to get off during the day to let the good brothers from Harland and Wolff work away on the machine.
Yep.
And then they can get on it at night.
Yep.
So they tramp around Belfast all day. What the hell would you do tramping around Belfast for 3 months? But anyway, they tramp around Belfast for 3 months. And there was a guy on an interview the other day, and he's done the bus tour, and he's been to all the bars, and he's been to wherever else, and he got that pissed off, he flew home.
You just missed it.
Yeah, would you not have maybe thought about that, like a month in?
Yeah, I know. Why wait the 3 months?
Why wait 3 months, right? But the kick in the stones there was, he flew home on Monday, and apparently the thing's fixed. Always the bloody
typical.
way.
That is typical. That's
now,
3 months.
allegedly it's fixed, right? But he waited 3 months, had pissed off, flew home Monday, and the next thing then they've announced it's leaving on Thursday.
Oh my
allegedly.
God. Well,
do you see the price of the cabins?
No.
Cabins start from 100,000.
Start from?
Yes, up to 900,000.
Now, what's this for the
cabin.
entire?
You buy the cabin.
Oh, okay, right. So this is for the entire tour.
Yes, so you buy the cabin. So this doll is in £100,000 cabin, and I think there was a thing on the other night again about it. And she showed you around this cabin, and it's like a tent. A wee tiny table and a wee bed and a wee tiny TV, and she was going on about. Typical American. She's going on about, yes, all I do is sleep in it and everything else. And your man says, what have you been doing for the last wee while? She says, walking around Belfast.
And the past 3 months, we've had about 2 sunny days, so it's been just awful weather for 3 months.
Walking around Belfast. She's got him walking around Belfast, and she's got her dog with her.
Oh, right.
Don't even go down that road.
This is the photograph that this is what made me come across it. The mayor welcomes stranded cruise passengers to Belfast City Hall. It's just frozen.
Was this 3 months later?
So this is welcomes them.
So he welcomes them 3 months later.
The story was the 2nd of September, and the photograph is, I guess it's not all. It could be all of them, is it? Maybe just a selection of the people.
They're the only ones we could find in Belfast that day.
They were scheduled to leave Queen's Island in the city in May. They were still there. That's insane. That is.
So you're telling me the mayor then invites them to the city hall 3 months later?
Apparently so, yeah.
So your man that flew home missed that one as well, did he?
I probably did, yeah.
Or maybe that's him on the right there.
Look at this.
Maybe it was after the visit to the city hall that he decided to fly home.
This is the mayor's words. While 3 months is a long time to stay in one place, and then it goes down here, everything from our amazing food to our beautiful scenery, they have had ample time to soak up everything Belfast has to offer. But 3 months? 3 months?
3 months? No disrespect to anybody, but you could soak up what Belfast has to offer over the weekend.
That's like going back to the bus tour all over again, and you're buying 9 days or something. Yeah. You can have 1 day or 9 days.
Yeah. 20!
Or
1 day or 20.
20. If you haven't heard that episode, it's come back a few episodes now, but we did do the bus tour, and you can hear the full rundown, let's just say. I mean, we're not spoiled, but if you haven't heard it, then
review.
It's one review, yeah. And it was a review.
It was a very honest review.
It was very honest, yeah.
Very honest review.
Speaking of people who are stuck, here's a question. Would you rather be stuck in Belfast or rather be stuck in space?
For 3 months?
For these people are stuck in space until 2025.
Oh yeah, I read something about that
Have you heard that?
But they're sending up, Elon Musk or something is sending up a rocket when he builds it.
Is it? Imagine waiting on that.
Yeah.
2 astronauts are stuck in space and they will not get back until 2025. They're only meant to be in space for 8 days, but due to technical issues, they won't return until 2025.
that
would be my worst nightmare.
Was that tour organised by the same tour company that organised the boat to come to Belfast?
This is a picture of them. Like, imagine, I couldn't even spend a day in that like, so enclosed and claustrophobic and.
Wow.
But so this was what I mean. This story's come back last month, so it's going to be what?
Well, they're still there.
Yeah, for at least 4 or 5 months then before they're even into the new year.
Well, they're still there. Yeah, gosh. But already Elon, I think, is making a rocket or something to fly up and dock with them and bring them home when they get it built.
There's a picture of them eating pizza.
Now, how the hell did they get the pizza there? Now, hold on a second. Now, if Domino's arrived with their Deliveroo, surely they could have come back with them.
This is hang on. Oh, sorry. This is 2017. This is the space station. A previous photo. But still, the space station.
Like 2 for Tuesdays.
And they've taped all the wee sauces down in their plate. Everything's taped down to the table. Why is that food? Why is the sauce not like flying off that pizza?
Why is the sauce not flying off it?
Yeah. Why would the sauce not just go all over the place if there's no gravity?
Well, you would have thought that the pizza topping would be floating about there, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I think maybe, Pistol, now to be honest with you, I think that's maybe a conspiracy picture there.
Do you think that's staged?
The same as walking on the moon. I think that's a bit of a conspiracy there, maybe.
Yeah.
That might have been filmed actually in some TV studio and then put up there. Oh, there we go.
They did. Yeah,
somebody needs her hair done. Did you see that? There she goes.
there she is. Go. Sunny Williams is one of them. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you this video. Actually, they did this is what amazes me. They've got better signal up there than they do. We do around the corner.
Pistol, back when they landed on the bloody moon, at better signal. They're talking back and forward from the moon.
It just everything to do with that is just like, even that video of them like inside. Look at her here there, like going to the toilet and making food, and he looks like he's going to cry there. To be honest, he does not look happy.
There'll be some cracking. I'll tell you some. There'll be some answers needing asked if she comes back pregnant. Like, seriously.
Yeah,
she comes back with twins. Well, needs must. You never know. Like, imagine you're a woman, Pistol, and I'm sure you're a woman needs hair curlers and tongs and blow dries and all these stuff. How would she cope up there looking like that?
How would you even do simple things like brushing your teeth and getting washed and all that? There was the smell up there.
Well, it's the number 2s that would worry me.
Oh.
Imagine one of them floating about.
I'm going to search a picture of that right now. International Space. My internet.
It's like on a boat. It's a sucker. Once you put the thing down, it sucks it in. You know, like in the boat, you hear the big.
So like a
sucker.
So where does it go?
Into a tank.
If they were only meant to be there 10 days and they're there 7 months.
Well, I would nearly say, and I'm no scientist, but I would nearly say that it goes into some sort of thing and it freezes it, and then they dump it out the window.
Apparently, that's
so there's a pile of crap floating about. You know,
just in space. That looks like a contraption there, like a big tank with a big sucker.
You take the daughter out there, Pistol, some night, and you show her the stars and say, "There's the Milky Way, and there's the Pluto, and there's a dump. There's a number 2. Look at the glow on that one."
You know what I mean? See, to be sitting on something like that and going to the toilet, that's just not for me.
Well, that just sucks it right out of you. No, you know what? But it frightens me, Pistol. See all this business. If you do go out seriously and you go and you have a look outside, right, and you see the stars and you see all this other stuff, and it frightens me because we are just like hanging. We're just hanging here. We're just hanging.
Yeah.
There's nothing holding us up. We're just hanging.
Even the size that someone had put a video of Earth compared to was it Saturn with the rings, and we are. I suppose if you believe in it, there's people who don't believe in space.
Pistol, I know a fella who thinks the world's flat. He's a twat, right? The world's flat. So let's give him his name as it is. He's a twat. The world's flat, my arse. But listen, here's the story, right? Where did we come from?
Are you talking like the very first person?
The place. Where did it come
Or
from?
the place?
Like, you know, you go down this line of the Big Bang Theory and all this, and it came from this and it came from that. How the hell or where did we come from? Stuff like this amazes me, and it makes me sometimes people might think I don't get out much when I sit and think about these things. But I sometimes sit here and think, as I look out into the darkness here at all those stars and all these other things, is there anybody out there?
Sounds like a
But
song.
seriously, is there anybody out there? So then that makes me go up the stairs and get the computer out and start with the videos of
God.
UFOs and all this crap.
Yeah.
And Area 51 and all this nonsense and all this secrecy. And where the hell did we come from?
I don't think, literally, I don't think we are built to answer that question.
Well, somebody needs to find out.
I don't even know where to start, because you'll get into the whole chat of religion and then science, and it's just, it's a lose-lose situation.
But I'm talking about the place, the planet. Where did it come from?
I know, but people will say it was created.
But where did he come from?
That's another question.
So, you get all these where did you come from businesses the whole way throughout the whole thing. So if you take Mars and and Saturn and Jupiter and all these other places, there has to be somewhere out there with a cruise ship stuck on a port for like 6 months
Yeah.
on some other planet. It has to be.
Did they not find, this was years ago, did they not find, like, not running water, but they found, like, surface water on Mars or something like that? Or they definitely found something that was close to us.
They found something apparently the other day in some dugout hole or something that could have been oil or something, or maybe some sort of liquid. They saw that, but that does not answer my question.
But then when you think about it, like, how is everything so, like why do I have a liver?
Well, you couldn't survive without it.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, why are you born with it? Like, how are you born with everything that you need? Like, how is that possible?
Well designed pistol.
But but that's what I mean. How is it designed? Who designed it?
Well designed. And here's the other thing. If you sit down as well, there was a bloody wasp flew in here the other day. And I'm thinking, what purpose do you serve? What? Why are you on this earth? What do you do? Only fly around and sting people?
Did they? I was going to say they transfer, but I don't think they do transfer anything.
They're it's like a mosquito. Like, who in their right mind would sit and say, "Ooh, I think we need mosquitoes"?
Well, apparently the University of Gloucestershire says that wasps are vital predators, controlling the numbers of potential pests like greenfly and many caterpillars, and protecting our crops.
Okay, well, here's the question then. Why develop the bloody greenfly and the caterpillar? And then have to develop a wasp to make sure you don't get overdeveloped?
Yeah, well, that'd be a fair question.
This is something that I have a eureka moment about all the time. I just cannot work this out. And it's a sad place to be in. Where you're lying in bed thinking, where the hell did you come from?
At least if it could be worse, could be thinking where you're going.
And here's the other, that's the other thing. And here's the other thing too that made me think one day. How do I actually know my mother and father were my mother and father?
Now, that sounds like a conspiracy ready to start.
Well, that brings me on nicely to the doll in America, who's, I think we spoke about this before, who's suing her mother and father for conceiving her without her consent.
I think we had touched on that.
Yeah.
Is that still going ahead?
Yeah. She's suing her for conceiving her without her consent.
How much money would you be wanting for that kind of thing?
I think she's looking 10 million.
Anything to make a quick money these days. Like your guy, on that same episode, we were talking about the cruise guy as well, because he walked into a door. Like, see if this was like 30 years ago, you would just say, it's your fault, you walked into the door. But now, because everything's so woke, I suppose you would say.
Woke?
Yeah, woke. That's the right phrase, I think, using it.
What does that mean, woke?
Woke.
Woke?
Like
I walked into the door, is that what you're saying?
No, have you not heard of the phrase woke?
No, what? You see, you've got that university education behind you, Pistol. What is woke? I woke. Is it in the morning? You do that in the morning?
No,
You woke up in the mornings?
no. It's being aware. You have to be aware of things now these days. But I think that's a phrase that's used for everything now. Like,
so you could be a wokest.
So you can't say anything these days. You can't imply anything or that kind of a thing.
All right.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If he walked into that door 30 years ago, he'd be called stupid. But you can't.
Oh no,
you can't do that now.
Or you couldn't call him a twat either. Like you.
No, you could. Yeah.
You couldn't say any of that. But let me tell you a story here too as well. Do you know what else I was many years ago frightened of?
The dark.
Sleeping.
Huh?
Sleeping. I was always terrified of sleeping as well, just in case you didn't wake up. That was a psychological thing years ago. But see, now I could sleep the bloody world round. But
that's because you're making up for all the sleep.
Yeah, but you see, that's the other thing. What the hell's going on when you're sleeping?
Well, I have a theory that it's not really a theory, but I believe that during the day you pick up things, and then on that night, that's what runs past. Because you think about something during the day, and then suddenly you're dreaming about it.
Aye. But I'm talking about if you're lying sleeping, there's somebody tromping around the house, and you don't even know. Like that is, that does happen. People have been burgled, etc., and they didn't even know.
Did you not purposely go to sleep then because you were afraid of going to sleep?
Yeah. As sad as that may be, yeah, I used to fight it and fight it and fight it and fight it. Now, even this afternoon there now, I must say now I had a wee siesta, okay?
What?
A wee siesta.
What, a party?
No, a siesta.
Is that not a party?
A snooze.
I thought that was a slang for party.
You've never heard of it? This is the Spanish influence. The Spanish have siesta, and the same in the Portuguese and all these people. They all go for siesta between 2 and 4 in the afternoon. So I came home after a very strenuous morning, and I decided I'd have a wee siesta.
If someone asked me to go for a siesta, I'd be no problem. Where's the drink?
Yeah, and you just lie down and have a wee siesta, and you wake up an hour and a half later feeling great. But then the problem is you can't bloody sleep at night.
Yeah, you do get to that age.
How dare you?
No, I mean, I'm even not that age. I mean, you passed like as a teenager.
I'm just preparing myself for the nursing home, Pistol.
Yeah,
Getting myself prepared for the big high chair and snore and dribble. So I'm there because I woke up, I was all dribbled. I had dribbled all over the place.
But what brought you out of that fear of sleeping?
Don't know. It's the funniest thing. I don't know what. Maybe age or whatever the case may be, or maybe it was a needs must. But
right.
Yeah, sleeping frightens me actually because, not to be morbid or anything, but when you're sleeping, you're either sleeping or you're dead.
But I feel that when you're sleeping, I feel that's the state you're going to be in.
Well, yes.
When that happens,
that's what it must be like.
Yeah,
you don't know. That's it.
And you don't know, and you just don't wake up, so you just don't
that's
know.
It. No, you wake up dead, so you're ghost. So
yeah.
that's what sort of terrifies me about it as well, because I'd maybe be planning things to do tomorrow, and if I didn't wake up, those things wouldn't get done.
No,
and that's the problem. And then I have nobody to be able to tell, look, I need you tomorrow to water the plants, or do whatever, or I need to be here, or I need to be there, or do whatever.
Would you leave a wee note maybe in the kitchen, or just in case something ever happened, an emergency note?
Well, that's quite a good idea actually. So if when my wee cleaner would come in once a fortnight, and I could leave a wee note and say, if you detect a strong smell,
yeah,
don't come up the stairs.
Smash. Have the wee emergency glass. Smash for emergencies.
Don't come up the stairs. Yeah. Don't come up the stairs. Yeah, because I'll be lying and swallow. That's frightening. Like when you start thinking about it, I'm being a bit morbid. Like anyway, I sound a bit like Dr. Death.
Dr. Death.
There was a picture too appeared talking about that. There was a picture appeared on my Facebook the other day. One of these historical pictures, okay, and again it goes unexplained. One of these historical things where this family are photographed way back in 1904 or something like that, and there's the mother standing and the father and their Sunday best and the 3 youngsters, and behind them is this 7 or 8 foot what can only be described as like a deer or an elk or something standing on two rear legs with big horns and a nose and all this, but on two arms. And
Right.
the whole caption is, this is the other fella
No. Hang
standing
on.
behind this family.
Did they know that was there at the time?
No, well, of course, that was the whole idea of this whole picture and all, because they were all trying to understand why did these people not turn around and see this thing standing
Right.
behind them in the photograph, and then somebody said, the photograph's been manipulated and all this nonsense. But
Yeah.
it certainly looks quite realistic to me. And the family are standing, posing for this camera. And don't forget, back in those days, to take a picture took about 30 minutes. You had to, to take
Under the cloth, no?
and you just had to stand there with a pleasant smile for like 30 minutes. And why they didn't, notice this so-called thing behind them and not carry on. And, even stuff like that sort of makes me start and think, because many years ago, I remember one night, we were bored out of our heads one night, actually on a quiet evening, which is very rare. And of course, somebody decided we'll do this Ouija board thing.
Yes.
Well, it scared the crap right out of me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I still say to this very day, somebody was pushing the glass, but they're all denying it, and all the other boys said, no. It frightened the bejesus out of me.
And how do you prove? You can't prove something like that
No,
either.
well, you can't. But this thing started spelling out on the board and stuff, and I'm bloody hell. Now, the only thing that I would say to you, Pistol, right, which to me was the frightening bit, for some unknown reason, I couldn't actually get my finger off the glass.
Right.
Right? My finger just wouldn't come off the glass.
Right.
Seriously.
That would freak me out.
I couldn't get my finger off the glass. I wanted off it. I wanted out of it. And my finger literally wouldn't come off the glass. Now, I don't know what the hell was going on, right? But anyway, a couple of months later, the banter came up again about this. I says, all right, boys, no problem. Because I thought something. So I put a wee drop of super glue on top of the glass. Right?
Right.
And all those nutters put their fingers on the glass. So this thing started, and then I started pushing the glass, spelling out, I think the word was twat. And the boys couldn't get their fingers off the glass. But the first time around, like, it scared the bejesus out of me. It was wild.
Yeah. I remember watching, when I was like a teenager, I used to watch Most Haunted. And I used to watch this before bed. Was it Yvette Fielding,
Oh God.
the presenter, and Derek Acora and all? And we were talking about that actually on the last episode. But,
Is your name John? I'm getting the name John.
but it's scary. See, when you watch it and you're into it, it's scary. Like, it does. You start to believe it when you watch it.
But these nutters all turn up, don't they, with all these seismologists and all these things that make sounds and record vibrations, and they go into this house and, oh yes, there's a presence. It's look at the screen, and the screen's going bloody mad, and then your heart rate's going mad, and you're going, what the hell is it?
Yeah.
I don't know, Pistol, if I believe in all that old nonsense. I really don't.
I think if you're in that scenario, like if you're anxious or something, and it just builds up, and your body just makes you think stuff that's there, and
I tell you what's building up now. I don't think I'll go to sleep tonight. So,
the fear is back.
yeah. It frightens the bejesus out of me, all that sort of crap.
Yeah.
You can go, on those ghost story tours, and you can go. That's maybe something we should do. And you can do like you can go and stay overnight in the most haunted house.
Oh no! Why would you do that? Why would you do that to yourself? No, I couldn't.
Well, it's all psychological.
But at the end of the day, though, is it? At the end of the day, you don't know for sure.
Well, there's a hotel in Ballygally, and it's the Ballygally Castle. And allegedly, one of the top rooms in the old castle is haunted. Now, I've been up in it. Okay,
Right. To
And
stay.
No. I've been up.
right.
I've been up in it.
Right.
And you can go up the stairs. You can't actually stay in the room, but it's too small. You can go up into this tower in this room. Now, it is very cold. It does feel very cold, and it does feel funny, but it's all maybe all psychological. And there's a whole story about the woman from whoever she was way back in like 1400 or whatever it is, was in this room and blah blah blah. But I think the reason is because it's bloody cold is couple of reasons. Number one, there's no window, and number two, there's no heat.
Yeah, and you're on the coast.
And you're on the coast, blowing a 9-inch gale. So
Yeah, I just know. I think if you start, what's the word? Like opening up that side of the world, like you're asking for trouble.
Yeah, quite possibly. But I still go down to conspiracy theories.
Do you believe any conspiracy theory? There's someone on my Facebook, and every day he's out taking photos of the sky and saying about the planes and the trails.
Look, there's a couple of things that on those conspiracy theories that do have me thinking sometimes, and again, no disrespect to anybody, but one of them is 9/11. I've watched several conspiracy theories on that. And then even with my background and stuff, you wonder, and how did that, and that couldn't happen, and this couldn't happen. And the Pentagon thing, like where's the wreckage and things like that. Where's the, like all these Boeing 757s and 767, they're freaking huge. There's always something. Right? And my past experience in my career, anything you go to, there's always something. There's something. There has to be. Like, in that there was nothing. The Pennsylvania thing, there was nothing. There wasn't even a wheel or a seat or a bit of a fin or a wing. There has to be some. So I just, but, how could anybody, cover all that up or arrange all that, which is the other side of it, of course. And then the other conspiracy thing is the moon landing. The more you watch that and the more you see the different perspective of the flag flying and who put the camera there before the bloody thing landed. How did the camera get there? The camera's there videoing it landing. So how did that work? Why is the flag allegedly fluttering in a so-called non-atmospheric place with no wind?
Yeah, there's something about shadows too as well.
Shadows all over the place.
Yeah.
How did they film and get the footage back of the blast off from the moon? How did they get the footage back from that?
I haven't seen this.
Was that camera connected to Wi-Fi? How did this work?
Maybe they had that. What's that new thing called that Elon Musk has? That is a Starlink or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe they had that.
We're now in the 2025 pistol, and we've only got 5G in our phones, which doesn't work. Starlink thing, which is really good, from what I'm led to believe, has only been developed over this last number of years. But way back in the 1960s, they were talking back from the bloody moon and sending video.
When you say it like that, right? For the last item of this podcast, let's sit and we'll watch the first moon landing, because I have not watched this video in years.
Well, talk me through this, pistol, right?
So
talk me through your logic on this.
So right, we're starting off. So here's the rocket, right?
Yes,
I'll not put the full volume up.
There's no dispute that took off.
That's definitely a rocket taking off.
Yes, there's no dispute about that.
Apollo 11.
Yes, but then back in the 60s, what a great achievement that was, even for that. Now here we go.
So here's the footage of the thing landing. You can see the moon coming. I'm gonna be honest with you. The moon looks a wee bit suspicious.
Doesn't it? It looks like somebody with acne.
Yeah.
Right,
but anyway, here's the thing. I've landed.
Right.
Their engines stopped and so on.
Right. So when they opened the door and they're coming out, how come the camera was out there videoing them coming out?
Maybe did he run out and set the camera and then he went back in again and he's now going for a second take? So here he is. He's coming out of the.
So who put the camera there?
Now, this is the thing. Has this footage been slowed down, or is this as slow as he's walking?
Well, that's the way they walk, apparently.
So there is. There's his footstep on the moon.
Right.
And there he's saying one small step for man. Everything is very slow and very cinematic, I must say.
There's a bunker. He's on the golf course.
What's this? It looks like a golf buggy he's driving.
Yeah. There's one of the bunkers there on the right.
Right, here he is. Be honest, seeing the more I watch this, it does look a bit suspicious.
Now, what weight is that car when there's no atmosphere? That car must be 50.
There he is. He's bouncing down the...
Or 80 or 90 ton.
Yeah.
How did they get the car there?
In the rocket? No.
There was no room in that wee pod thing. How did they get the car there?
Is this him about to put the flag up? Is this?
Now, I think if you look away in the very distance, you can see a door.
Oh, here's something else taken off. There's...
Who videoed that?
I must say, it's been a while since I've seen that footage. And
So the question for this podcast and for the punters is, who videoed that rocket taking off? Right? And are you telling me back in those days, how did they get the SD card out of that camera? So how did that footage actually get back?
They suppose they couldn't stream it either in those days, could they?
Maybe they did.
I don't know. That's too many questions in my head now.
So you tell me how all that happened in the 1960s. Mobile phones weren't even invented, and they're talking back and forward, no problem.
I have a funny feeling a lot of people are going to have a lot of opinions on this.
And the only delay was, hey, how's it going, Houston? Beep. Great. Beep.
Yeah.
You know, and that was it. And now if I'm phoning you, I'm going, hello? Hello?
Yeah.
You're breaking up, Pistol. You're breaking up.
Oh, that is true.
Hello? You're breaking up.
Yeah.
Or you've no signal. How many times have we said in those radios and there's no signal?
I know. It's like in a bunker. Yeah.
Yeah. And those boys are sitting up in the bloody moon, talking away like it's no bother. I don't.
I don't think this podcast is going to give you any answers. I have no answers.
Glad to get that off my chest, though.
Yeah. I'll tell you what we'll do. When Bamford's back the next time, we'll put it to him and we'll ask him. He'll know the answer. No doubt
he'll phone his dad.
He'll give you a rundown of how it's streamed back.
He'll be giving this. He'll be getting the opinion, and he'll just have to follow that opinion.
Yeah.
It happens. That's what he'll get. It happens.
Until that moment, we'll see you next time.
Good to get that off my chest, by the way, guys.
That's good. Like and subscribe.
Sleep well.
Yeah.